Welcome back, Kelly. I am so excited to have you here. So tell us a little bit more about the second summit.
Yes, I'm super excited. The first one went so well. I was so thankful to you and the other people I interviewed for that summit. I had just great feedback. And so I'm excited to do another one. It is going to be May 14th through May 17th. So the same kind of format as before. So there's 3 days, 3 videos each day. And then the last day is a bonus day where all of the videos will be available. I have 8 amazing speakers that are going to talk about just a whole wide variety of topics that surround selective mutism. And then I'll share a little bit about my story as well during the summit too.
So give us a little bit of a flavor. We don't want to spoil it, but tell us what happened this time, because I have to say, although I was part of it, it was absolutely amazing to be able to purchase it and watch it whenever, because it's great. Let's remind everyone, you'll get the link just in the description below. That is free for the first 3 days, just there, and it's amazing to soak in. But something that I always say, neuroscience teaches us that we get things the first time, but the second and the third time when you watch them, you pick up other things.
Yeah.
So I think it's such good value for money to have something that you can watch again and again and thinking, oh, what did she say? Oh, yeah, that's great. So you can, obviously take the opportunity. So give us a little bit of a flavor.
Yeah, so the first day is, it has to do with people that have experienced SM. So again, I'll be talking about my daughter's experience and kind of how I've, as a mom, have gone through the process of exposure therapy with her. I'll be talking with another mom who had a son that had selective mutism and just their challenges and things that came up that not everybody really may think about with selective mutism, because obviously we think, yes, they can't speak in certain situations, they're having anxiety issues, but there's also things like not being able to eat certain foods and having meltdowns at home and those emotional dysregulations. So we talk about that. And then the first day I have a wonderful young lady who has overcome SM and is going on to do just amazing things as a dancer and a choreographer. So she talks about her journey as using dance to kind of help communicate and get through that. So that's the first day. And that's just kind of a way for parents to relate to others, knowing that you're not alone, that there are other people going through this, and there's some great supports out there. And then day 2 is kind of, what is SM? I'll be talking with somebody who discusses the differences between autism and selective mutism, because there's some great areas, especially I remember going through this with my daughter and looking for a description of selective mutism. There really wasn't much, but there's a whole lot of stuff about autism, and a lot of the symptoms that I was seeing with my daughter were the same as autism, yet they're 2 very different diagnoses. And so she'll be kind of shedding some light on that. We'll also be talking with a speech language pathologist in Florida that uses more bottom up instead of top down therapy. So that's it. She talks with the whole body, which is really cool to hear different ways that, so if your child isn't doing well with more of the exposure therapy, they're still struggling, there's other options. And so she'll talk a lot about that. And then we have somebody that's talking about the village, all of the people that are there to support your SM child. It's not just the therapist, it's not just the parent, it's not just the school, it's everybody working together. So day 2 will be just a good reminder on the basics of selective mutism and how it can help your child. And then day 3 is always just a fun day for me because it's thinking outside of the box with selective mutism. So I have some great occupational therapists that I'll be talking to about creating sensory rooms in your home. So when your child is starting to feel those anxious feelings, they can go somewhere and have the right tools in place to help them work through their anxiety, and how you can build something for that in your home. We'll be talking with somebody who will teach us how as parents, we can support our kids with anxiety, what we can do to help them. Because again, as a mom, I get overwhelmed very frequently with my child and not knowing how to support her and keeping my emotions in check and making sure that I'm not making things worse. So she's going to help with that. And then the final speaker I have, we're going to be talking about sound therapy, which probably most people don't think of sound therapy for selective mutism. And she has just some amazing insight on how sound therapy, primitive reflexes, integrating those can work together to help support our SN kids. So it's a lot of topics.
I am so excited, especially because you've touched on something that I have been explaining so often. And I think is my motto: selective mutism is more than the fear of talking. Therefore, the approach that we have with children, teenagers, adults, little children, it can't just be focusing on speech. And that's exactly what I talk about in my course. Fear of using the toilet, fear of eating is all to do with muscles. And we need to remember that we have the upstairs and the downstairs, and we really have to connect them, and connecting them in many, many ways. So again, you will find a lot of the information just on the description below. Please, if you've got any comments, please let us know. Both Kelly and I will be here to reply. Share this video who you think you might benefit. And remember to subscribe, because I post every week. So I'm really excited, and you will see a lot of the posts in the Facebook group, Selective Mutism, My Child is Scared of Talking. So come and join us exactly in all the social media that you'll see here. Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. We'll really try as much as we can, because as Kelly said, selective mutism, it needs a community. The more people understand about it, the more we break the barriers and we stop saying your child is choosing not to speak. So I'll wait for you for next week, a new video, but I can't wait to share with Kelly all about the SM Summit when it's coming out in May.
Thank you so much.